Hey there folks, this is Ryan from ORS Snowshoes direct in Vermont. We're in our warehouse here in Vermont, and we're going to go through the snowshoes that we have chosen as our recreational trail adventure category. Chosen for our recreational trail adventure category. You know, you're looking for fresh air, you're looking for exercise, you're not really looking to climb the steepest mountain you can find. You know, you just want to get out and enjoy a good day of snowshoeing. You know, snowshoeing is great. It really gives you a good reason to go outside. And you can go places you can't go with just boots on. I mean, going over frozen bogs, you know, when you're out on your boots, you're on a packed trail, you pretty much stay to that packed trail. But when you're in snowshoes, you can go off the packed trail, go into the middle of the woods, cross a frozen lake or a bog or a marsh, places you just normally would never be. It's really cool. Plus, you know, snowshoeing adds a little more resistance, so you get a better workout than just walking. And it's just fun. So, you know, these are snowshoes that are in this category for just good old parks and fields and valley floors, stuff like that. You're not really going to the top of the steepest mountain. We are in our warehouse, as I mentioned. It's a lot of cardboard boxes, not real pleasing to the eye, and I apologize for that. So I put my good trusty friend Robert Plant here to keep us company, kind of green up the area a little bit. So now that we've established that whole deal and explained why this plant is here, let's talk about the snowshoes. That's really what we're doing. And we're going to start out with Tubbs. Tubbs snowshoes used to be made here in Stowe, Vermont, about 20 minutes down the road. They're not made there anymore, but we still carry them, and they make great snowshoes. This is the Tubbs Frontier, which is a very good snowshoe. Aluminum frame, good solid decking material there. Couple of features to point out. The frame itself has a turned up tail. They call this fit step. You know, in this category you're probably going to end up on some packed snow, and that little turned up tail actually helps the snowshoe to roll a little more naturally onto that packed surface, so it's a little more comfortable when you got a real rigid frame. But otherwise, this shoe is available in multiple sizes based on your weight, and also available in women's and or men's. This is the women's, and it has more of a tapered tail than the men's will. Otherwise, the features, the function is pretty much the same, or is the same. The bindings are a bit smaller generally for the women's to fit a smaller boot, whereas the men's, you know, bigger for a bigger boot. If you're a size 15, you're probably not going to fit into the women's binding. If you're a size 4, you might not fit into the men's binding as well. That's simply all it is. Now, as far as, you know, intended use, again, more packed snow, a little bit of deep snow here and there. So, you know, you're going to see for traction on these snowshoes, not the most aggressive traction, but still, certainly, you know, some traction. I mean, you're going to come upon some hills now and then. You need some good grip. So these are stainless steel crampons on there, but just not all over the place. The binding is called the 180 Easy binding, and Easy is a very good name for it. You basically open it up, you step down, and you tighten that up. You can make some adjustments. The idea here is, you know, you make this adjustment generally once the first time you use it. As long as you're using the same boot every time, then you don't have to make another adjustment. And so all you need to do when you get into the binding, put your foot in there, lock that down, and then throw the heel strap, and you're good to go. It's a rotating toe cord, so the binding pivots freely from the shoe. When you take a step, snow just sheds off the back. And yeah, that's the Tubbs Frontier. Okay, another model from Tubbs looks a lot different. This is a Flex TRK. It's a molded shoe, so you don't have the aluminum frame with the decking material. You've got a molded composite or plastic material. Very, very durable and flexible. This is really more of a packed snow, or specifically packed snow, available in just one size. Because, you know, when you're on packed snow, you don't need to worry about how big your frame is to get better flotation. You're not going to sink into packed snow like you will in deep snow. So you got a shoe that's going to give you stability and good traction. And above that, and you can see, by the way, there's plenty of traction there. Beyond that, though, this is all about, because it's on packed snow, comfort. The tail is very, very flexible. When you take a step, the tail is the first thing to hit the snow, and it's going to flex, and you're just going to roll into each step. It's going to take a lot of fatigue and shock away from your joints. You're going to feel a lot better at the end of the day if you're walking only on packed snow or icy surfaces. It has the rotating toe cord, and they call this a quick flex binding. Pretty simple to use. Open up the straps, slide your foot in, pull down, it'll tighten up, and then you have got your heel strap adjustment. One other feature that this happens to have is a climbing bar. So if you are doing an uphill climb, an extended uphill climb, this is a nice little feature. Gives your heel a place to land, so you're not stressing your calves as much, and you get a little more pressure put on the back of the shoe for better traction on that hill. When you get to the top, or when it flattens out, you pop it down, it's out of the way. It's not something you would want to use every time a hill comes along. It's really for when you're going straight up a hill for an extended period of time. So there it is, the Flex TRK. Okay, now, Atlas 9 series. Great snowshoe. This is the women's version called the Elektra 9. As with the Tubbs Frontier, the 9 series is available in men's and women's and in multiple sizes. Lots of traction there. I should say ample amount of traction. Not so much that you'd want to climb the steepest mountain, but enough to get you up a nice little hill. Really, again, more for recreational use, so you don't need tons. You don't want to get in the way. You don't want to be tripping up on your big, giant crampons. So they put a moderate amount of traction on there. Aluminum frame, nice soft decking material. And the binding, they call this the wrap binding. Loosen up these straps. It's really just one continuous strap. You slide your foot in there, you pull on this loop, and it's all connected. One strap, one pull tightens everything snugly to your boot. Really secure and comfortable, easy to use binding. Atlas uses what they call the FRS binding. Their binding is a little bit different the way that it attaches to their shoes. Now on the Tubbs, you notice the rotating toe cord, so the binding pivots. On the Atlas, it's kind of fixed to these bands called a spring-loaded binding. The binding is really suspended. See that? So you get really, really good side-to-side articulation. The one thing about Atlas, that the reputation that it flips snow because it doesn't rotate, so it has this little spring-loaded thing. I'm making it do that right now. The FRS is a fairly new feature they've incorporated into their spring-loaded design, and you'll find it on this shoe, where not only does it is it suspended, but it also does have a little bit of rotation built in. This thing, basically, the binding is attached to this pin that's on the spring-loaded part. So there is a little bit of rotation, so you do let snow will shed off the back. It won't spring it up onto your back every step. That's a really cool thing about this particular model. And then you get the benefit of that nice articulation. So really cool snowshoe. Again, this is the Elektra for women, and there's also men's available. And then this is available in a kit for men and women as well. You get the shoe, you get a pair of poles, and you get a nice tote. So check that out if you're thinking, you want to get started. A pole is a nice accessory to have when you're snowshoeing. It incorporates your arms, you get a little more balance. It's nice to have. And in fact, we recommend poles when you're looking at snowshoeing. It's really, really key to do that. And it's nice to have an adjustable pole because, you never know what kind of terrain you're going to be on. Sometimes you want a longer pole or a shorter pole. It's nice to have that ability to adjust. Moving on down the line, we're going to go over here to the US-made side of the table, and we're going to start out with the MSR. MSRs are really, really high-quality snowshoes. The Evo is the molded version. They were really the first company that we've ever carried to really incorporate a molded shoe. Really durable, pretty lightweight. It can flex to varying terrain, and it's affordable. But it works great. Tons of traction there. And this is only available in one size. But if you feel you need more flotation, you can add a flotation tail. The Evo flotation tail, it increases the length of the shoe, and it'll give you better flotation in deep snow. So if you're a heavier person, or you just want optimum flotation, maybe you're carrying a big pack, it's a really snowy day, you want more flotation, there you go. But then you're back on packed snow, you don't want the extra length, you take it off. It's pretty cool. The binding is very, very simple to use. They call this the Posi-Lock binding, the Evo Posi-Lock binding. 2 straps, nice soft material, but comfortable, secure, easy to use. Yeah, it doesn't look as fancy as some of the other bindings you might see out there, but it really works really well, believe me, it does. Rotating toe cord. Good all-around bomber shoe at a good price, US made. The MSR Evo. MSR also makes a shoe called the Lightning. This is a Lightning Flash. Lightning refers to a totally different frame and decking material design. Now instead of a molded shoe, we've actually got, a metal frame with basically the frame is traction incorporated into it. Plus you've got horizontal traction bars as well, so plenty of traction on here. Very, very lightweight shoe. And, you know, more quiet than the molded shoe. The one thing about the molded shoe that can be a little noisy on pack snow, so if you're a bird watcher, you might want to go with something like this. Then it has the speed lock binding. This is a really cool binding. They wanted to make the easiest binding to use, and they did it. You set this adjustment up once. So these two straps can be adjusted to fit a certain boot size. Once you've set that, as long as you're wearing the same boots every time you go, you leave it alone. And all you do to get into the shoe is you slide your foot in, it's a slight angle, and then you pivot it to center, and it really snugs up on your boot, and then you have a heel strap. That is it. It's that simple. I mean, you can get in and out of the shoe in seconds. You know, you've done snowshoeing at the end of the day, you're cold, you're wet, you just want to get out of that snowshoe, run inside, sit by the fire. Well, you'll get out of this thing quicker than any other shoe. Or you're really eager to go out, you'll be locked in, ready to go faster than pretty much any shoe. So, the Lightning Flash from MSR. Oh yeah, rotating toe cord again. US made, lightweight, nice shoe. And, of course, has its own version of a flotation tail. So, these are actually available in men's and women's in a few sizes. Once you determine your size, then you also have the ability to add extra flotation when needed. And there it is. Okay, finally, TSL, take the high road. This is a Vermont-made snowshoe right here in our lovely state of Vermont. They use an aluminum frame, good solid deck material, lots and lots of traction. I would say it's pretty aggressive, but they believe in, you know, aggressive traction, so hey, why not? It's a rotating toe cord with a stop, meaning it doesn't pivot all the way out so that it swings away and hits you in the head. It does hit a stop at one point, but it rotates, lets snow shit off the back. Otherwise, pretty cool binding. It kind of uses like a ratcheting buckle type of deal. So you cinch down the instep there. This can be adjusted to accommodate, you know, your boot size, and then you've got a toe strap adjustment as well. So a lot of support in that binding. Pretty nice snowshoe. This is the women's version. There are men's as well in multiple sizes. There you go. Hopefully that kind of helps you a little bit. You know, there's a lot of snowshoes out there. I can promise you they're all good. Whatever you decide on, you're gonna like. Really, they're really getting good these days. So, you know, maybe you had some ideas from this video. Hopefully it helps. So, thanks for watching. And if you want more information, by the way, on any of these models, go to our site, ORS Snowshoes Direct. You'll see a lot more information on each individual shoe. And we actually have videos on a lot of these too for the shoe itself. So, thanks again for watching, folks. My name is Ryan, ORS Snowshoes Direct. Take care.